Alright, what's up everybody? So today's video is going to be a update video on my little Caribena Versicolor here. And for those of you who follow along, you remember that back in August 21st, I rehoused this guy into this little container here. And this video here is pretty much just going to be an update video to show you guys how he progressed from the day that I rehoused into this container until now, basically. It's been about 4 months since I did the rehouse, and this little guy webbed the place up real nice. And so without any further ado, let's get straight to the update. All right, so September 14th, this is 24 days after the rehouse. And this is gonna be the biggest jump in time between videos because I pretty much lost some video clips here. And in this time frame, this guy molted. He pretty much built his burrow. He didn't build his burrow inside the cork bark like I thought he would, like I hoped he would. He built it off to the side. You can see he anchored his webbing onto the greenery there, the little ferns, and into the side of the cork bark. And like I said, in between this time frame, he molted and pretty much built his little cocoon little area there, right there, snug, pretty much close to the ground area, and sealed himself off and molted. Came out looking pretty good. Like I said, he didn't build the burrow where I thought he would. He pretty much put it off to the side, which is pretty cool. This is where he wanted it, so this is where he's most comfortable. So I guess that's where he's gonna stay. September 24th, this is 34 days after the rehouse. You can see here in this feeding clip that he has now shifted his burrow a little bit. So he still has the area off to the left next to the cork bark, but he also shifted his webbing up towards the top of the cork bark, making the entrance to the burrow up there. September 27th, this is 37 days after the rehouse. And as you can see here, this guy is sitting nice and pretty on top of his webbing there. At this point, I wasn't really sure what direction he was going as far as what he was doing with the webbing, but he was very busy spinning webbing off in different directions. And I took the opportunity here as he was sitting out to get some nice video. This is October 2nd. This is 42 days after the rehouse. And as you can see here in this little feeding clip, this webbing is really starting to take some shape. You can see he completely overrid the cork bark, went straight over top of that, and made his entrance there. And you can see in this clip as he comes up off to the left, his burrow still goes down behind that cork bark where he originated it. But that happens to be I believe it's like the emergency exit down there now. And up top here, this is pretty much the entrance where he takes all the food at. So you can see here in this clip, like I was telling you, he has his entrance at the top now, but on the bottom here, you can see where he has like his little emergency exit. So if you kind of spin this thing around, you can kind of see how it spirals around the whole enclosure here. Right here is October 20th, and we're at 60 days after the rehouse. And in this feeding clip, you can see that the webbing again is starting to shift off in different directions. He's been pretty busy building, and it'll be pretty interesting to see where this all ends up. And here we are in this video here is November 20th, 91 days after the rehouse. And as you can see, the webbing here is getting a little more complex, getting a little more thick. And you can also notice that he's pushing the entrance here closer and closer to the top of the enclosure. So I think at some point he may be looking for more space. I may have to do a rehouse at some point in the near future. Also, if you look here from the side of the container, you can pretty much see that it's got the whole enclosure clustered up with a lot of webbing. anchored at a whole bunch of different positions. It's slowly turning into a very thick, webbed up little enclosure here, looking pretty cool. So as far as husbandry, I like to feed all my tarantulas at least once a week, sometimes even more if they're smaller. This guy in particular, once a week, sometimes once every 2 weeks. This guy gets dubia roaches, he gets crickets, he gets mealworms. He's usually a pretty good eater. He'll eat all the way up until the time he's getting ready to molt. Usually when he's getting ready to molt, he'll win a pre-molt. He'll last about 2, sometimes 3 weeks before he molts. And then I'll wait a week before I start feeding again. As far as water goes, I usually like to take my spray bottle and get it to the heavy spray mode, and I'll spray some water over the webbing maybe 2 or 3 times, just in case the tarantula wants to come up and get a drink of water that way. So other than that, as of today, December 3rd, this is 104 days after the rehouse. This is what you can expect your enclosure to look like. These guys are very heavy webbers, and they grow pretty quick. And before you know it, this little guy will have your new enclosure all webbed up, looking pretty beautiful. Doesn't take very long, so you gotta have some patience and you'll get there. So, like I always say, if you made this far through the video, I wanna thank you guys for watching. I appreciate all the views that I get, all the comments I get, all the positive that I've been getting over the last few videos I've been putting up. I really appreciate it. And once again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.